Hi everyone. I wanted to talk more about mind over mind, right? I've talked before about how everyone says mind over matter, and it's not mind over matter. We say that, but it's really mind over mind. It's the ability for you to overcome the voice in your head that's telling you you can't do it, or that's instilling fear into you, fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of exposure, fear of being vulnerable. And I liken that voice, and have likened that voice in the past, to that of a little sibling or a small child. If you're a parent or you have a younger sibling, then you know what I mean. If you don't have a younger sibling or your own small child, think of a time when you've been approached by a child or at somebody else's kid party. Think of what the little children say, right? They say things that they shouldn't say. They're inappropriate, they're usually inaccurate, they're wrong, and there's something someone else said. So what is that voice in your head saying? It's probably repeating things that you've learned over the years, that you've heard other people say. Maybe you had domineering parents who said you're not good enough. Maybe you had parents who weren't very loving, who said you'll never be anything. Maybe you actually threw some ideas out there when you were younger and you had peers or teachers or coaches who said, that's ridiculous. You could never succeed at that. It's all of these things that this little voice in your head is repeating to you, but it's not you. It has been conditioned to say these things. It will say them at the most inopportune times, the most inappropriate times. And what would you do if it were your little sibling? I've said before, you'd say, shut up. You're just a kid, you don't know anything. What if it were your children? You'd say, okay, let me correct you. Maybe your kid's repeating something grandma said. Maybe your kid's repeating something they heard at school. Maybe it's something they heard on a movie or a show that they shouldn't have been watching. But what do? You quickly correct them. So what do you need to do with that voice in your head? Correct it. You know what? Maybe I won't succeed at this, but I'm gonna try. Or if you're very gung-ho, which I tend to be, shut up. I can do what I want. I want it. If I want it, I can achieve it. I will do this. You don't talk to me. I'm going to ignore you unless you're in distress. If you yell, oh my gosh, a monster's coming to eat me, then I'll pay attention. Anything else is just chatter and I'm blocking it out. I will correct you and coach you to say the right things because as my little sibling or a child or just a kid in the neighborhood whose feelings I don't want to hurt, I want to correct you and have you start repeating the correct things, accurate things, informational things, the truth, not what you've heard someone say or what you heard on the news. How much fake news is there out there, right? I have people tell me all the time, especially my kids. They'll say things like, well, you know, I read about this guy who had 3 arms. Okay, that's probably not true. Oh, Mom, for real, 3 arms. I saw it on the news. Okay, what news? Oh, it was a website. Oh, a news website. So did you see it anywhere else? Did you verify it with 3 independent sources? Because by the way, that's the rule of news and journalism. You're supposed to verify it with 3 independent sources before you report it as news, because that's supposed to almost for sure guarantee that it's an accurate story. Well, no, Mom, but this is a real news website. I know because my friend said so. All right, well, your friends know more, no more thorough than you in their research. So I'm telling you this is crap, and until you show me valid information, I refuse to believe it. That's what you have to do with that voice in your head when it says you can't do that, or don't even try, or that's crazy, that's a foolish idea. Because do you know what courage is? It's not never being afraid. It's acknowledging the fear, the worry, the doubt, the nervousness, and moving forward anyways. It's saying, ooh, this may not work, but by God, I'm going to give it my all because I want this. I want to be over there at the top of that mountain or at the end of that project, in that role at that corporation, on TV, whatever your goal is. You acknowledge the fear. Again, you tell the voice, okay, well, you may say that, but I know you're just repeating what you heard from other people, and I don't care what they have to say about me. I know me, and I'm going to get out there and I'm going to do it. Now, mind over mind, one thing I want to say is mind over gut. I always tell people, if you're in a situation where your gut gets tight and you question, should I be here? That's another time when you have to go, because that's one of the times when your voice will say, well, let's say you're at a group of people. I've known these people for 5 years. I feel like something's off. I feel like something's not right. My gut says I'm in danger, but I've known them long enough. They wouldn't harm me. There's nothing. We shouldn't be here at this house, but really, what could happen? No. Do not talk yourself out of your gut instinct. Mind over mind is ignoring the voice trying to slow you down, but it is not talking yourself out of following your instinct that wants to keep you safe. So keep that in mind. Mind over mind, not mind over gut. Anytime I've been speeding and my gut has gotten tight and I've ignored it, I've gotten a speeding ticket. True story. Every single time. How does your gut know you're going to get a speeding ticket? It's the energy in the universe. I don't question it anymore. I used to rationalize how ridiculous it was, and then the pattern held true. So again, keep that in mind. Mind over mind. Ignore that little sibling voice or that kid voice that is just repeating garbage that it's heard from other places. And you listen to your true inner soul, your voice. What do you want? What do you want to do? Ignore the chatter, but still listen to your gut. I hope this is helping some of you out there. This is really how I live my life, and it has worked wonders for me. I understand, though, not everyone can always self-motivate, self-discipline, self-encourage. So if you ever need someone to talk it out with, someone to give you that extra little pep talk, someone to say something positive, encouraging, hit me up. Come to me. I have endless patience and time when it comes to helping lift others up. Because if we can't help lift each other up, what are we here for, right? What purpose are we serving? So I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope you, if you haven't already, kickstart your life. Kickstart it now. And again, just, stay in tune with my videos. Some are fitness. A lot of them are mind retraining. And some are just, hey, have a good day. Again, I just want to put all my positive energy out there because it took me many years to get to where I'm at in terms of the way I think and the way I feel. And the sense of liberation and freedom and peace when you get there is phenomenal. And I would love everyone to feel the same way. So again, have a great day, kickstart your life, and cheers.